Hello. Oh, that's not good. Don't do that. Hi. It's just always gonna happen forever. Hi, it's me, Scott. A little drained, to be honest with you. I don't know how well this is gonna go. Not sure. I'm not operating at full mental acuity. Got some coffee though, and maybe that will help. Oh my gosh. Life is yours. How's it going? I had an infusion this morning, so I immediately came home and went to sleep, and then I woke up, and here we are. We're gonna do Sudoku. I'm not gonna work today. That's what I told myself. On infusion days, no work. Why is my stream unstable? I'm not at my best. It's okay though, I got coffee. It's gonna be fine. Some nice 4 o'clock in the afternoon coffee. I do gotta finish some knobs. Anyway, here's what we're gonna do though. I had some lab tests done this morning and they came back at extremely deficient in Sudoku. So, but a very highly, the results in terms of Balatro were not good. I have an excess of Balatro. Yeah, we gotta get. I almost want to stream Balatro, but I need to maybe just not play Balatro for a minute. It's probably a wise choice. I'm not set up for anything. Let's get going. Oh my gosh, you don't know about Balatro? I miss the days when I didn't know about Balatro. This is the game that I've played like 40 hours of in the last week. It's good. It's very good. It's kind of too good. I've hit a bit of a wall, I guess I would say, in Balatro, but poof. Yeah, I couldn't say anything else about it because I was still playing it. I had to get back to playing it. I truly have played like 40 hours in the last week. Like a full-time job worth of Balatro while also working. Oh man, I kind of want to play Balatro now. Balatro? I don't actually know how to say it. Balatro. I've never heard anyone say it before. Balatro? Anyway, I just closed the window I needed. Blobz sent me... So Blobz suggested I go back to the archives, which I think makes a lot of sense. But Blobz did send me a precious puzzle. Hot off the puzzle presses. And it appears to be a burger. I can see, it's called fries with that. And he sent it with a burger emoji. So my deductive, it's Baltro. Baltro. That doesn't seem like enough letters for that. Okay, so I'm not especially good at it, but I play a lot. I'm trying to unlock all the decks. I don't, like, it's a problem because I probably would do... I don't care quite enough to go and learn hot strats, but I feel like if I went and learned hot strats, I would be better. And I'd progress more quickly. It's complicated. But all the stuff I have to unlock now is so hard. Okay, we got a Rainbow Burger with entropic cheese and German lettuce. Dude, I haven't done... I like entropy puzzles. Entropic puzzles, I should say. I haven't done enough of those lately. All right, we got normal Sudoku rules. Digits along the pink line, or Renban. On the cheese, we have to have a low digit, then a middly digit, then a high digit. And then digits along, German Whisper on the lettuce. I feel like I look very tired, but maybe because I am. Okay, oh right, and it's a volt puzzle. It doesn't even say it's a volt puzzle, just is. Digits in a cage may not repeat in sum to the given total. Digits orthogonally adjacent to a cage. Oh, wait a minute. This is not normal volts because it doesn't allow repeats. Is there a name for this? What is this? So you cannot repeat, but digits orthogonally adjacent. Yeah, so it's semi-volt rules. I don't know. Let's start it. Okay, this looks okay. Well, I guess let's just dive in. So, killer vaults, is that the term? Is it Mook 489? How's it going? Blobz didn't even mention that the buns were killer vaults. Okay, so I guess I'm tempted to just start with summing these, right? Blobz, how's it going? No, I think you... Well, first of all, you didn't talk about the buns. You talked about the other... I mean, you didn't say... You said adjacent digits along the... On the, you know, the lettuce and the cheese and everything, but... Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this puzzle. Hi, everyone. Okay, my brain is not entirely functional, so I sort of apologize in advance, but I'm not that sorry. So, I guess my eye is just drawn here. Why is it also drawn here? It's also drawn here. We will need to... My brain is definitely not at its best at the moment. So that will be 25. Also, I proved myself incapable of simple arithmetic on the last stream. So that is 25. That is 34. So these two digits must sum to 11. Is that a fair statement? Well, the 5 in this row just is here then, right? Because the... Oh no, 5 could be there. Okay, thank you for agreeing with the math. I don't know. This stream might be a bad idea because I'm a little woozy today, but so yeah, sorry. I was just thinking earlier about ones. So like the 5 is not going in here. I don't know if I'm looking at the right place either. By the way, it's just what I'm drawn to. 5's not in either of these because we'd need another 5 or we'd need a 10. So there's definitely no 5 in there. There's definitely no 5 in there, but there could be a 5 in here. Certainly. So I've said something foolish. There's definitely 5 on this line. that's a true statement. Oh, there's a 5 up here. I didn't even notice that 5. Look at that 5. Look in there. Okay, so we call that a 5. And then we need 2 digits that sum 2 digits that sum to 4. And the only digits that will be are 1 and 3. It's going to put the 1 on our rim band up here, I think. So that it's going to be an extreme rim band, meaning the digits... I hope I'm doing this right. The digits not on the rim band are 8 and 9. 1 could never be in these anyway. Where do we put 1? Oh, we put it here. We already placed it. That answers that question. Anything else we care about with the rim band immediately? I guess we care about the 5, a very small amount. These 2 digits sum to 11. They're not 5, 6, and they're not 9, 2, and they're not 3, 8. Does that only leave 7, 4 for these? I gotta double check that because I'm definitely not sure. We said these 2 digits sum to 11. And the options to make 11, there's never going to be a 1. 2... No, they could be 2, 9. Why did I say they couldn't be 2, 9? Why would I say that? Yeah, you're right. They could be 2, 9. I don't know why we would have ruled out 2, 9. Yeah, 2, 9. 3, 8 is definitely ruled out. 4, 7 is possible. 5, 6 is... not possible because of the 5 situation. Well, these 2 digits shouldn't be hard to figure out. There aren't that many ways to make 15. Is anything ruled out immediately? We know that it's either 7 plus 8 or it's 9 plus 6. Do we rule? Got a bunch of high digits in here. Oh my gosh, vault rules. I forgot there were vault rules. Thank you for reminding me. I totally forgot. Killer vaults, whatever we're calling these. There's definitely 1 in this cage. Thanks, Mook. This is not... It's clearly not a 1. I don't think this puzzle is even meant to be very difficult. I think my brain is just going to make it that way. We seem to have 3... I don't know if that's that useful yet, actually. Just thinking about what was left over. For the 10, then, is not 9-1. It seems like it could be 2-8. It's not 3-7. Seems like it could be 4-6. Oh my gosh, Blobz. Okay, my brain is definitely not fully with us today. Normally I don't stream on Infusion days because I just am not a super functional person. But I thought, hey, maybe I would enjoy doing some Blobz puzzles. Wow, look at this perfect shader of the week, this beautiful blob. It's perfect. But I'm definitely going to be off my game today. It's just guaranteed. Draclin, how's it going, buddy? Okay, so... Mook's pointing out the 12 cage. Yeah, we should probably head up there. It feels like I'm getting diminishing returns down here. It feels like there's some... The 6 is in here, and the 6 is either with a 4, which seems very reasonable. And if that's true, then this is 7, 8. So this would be 4, 6, 7, 8. And that would leave 2 9s at the edge. Oh, sorry, yeah, 2 9. 2 9 to make the 11. Am I sick? Do I look and sound terrible? I had an infusion today, so I just am like... I have said that 85 times. I normally don't talk about that on stream very much, but normally I don't stream on these days. So I'm just totally okay. Just not very functional. No, it's really okay. I just it just takes the wind out of my sails a little bit. But I wanted to do some Blobz puzzles. Yeah, I feel like I'm just spinning my wheels here slightly. Otherwise, it's a 6-8. Well, 6 and 8 are always in here. So it's either... and it's just who goes with the 9 here. Because if that's 6-8, that's 8-2. But we already knew that. That's 6 and 8 were already always in here because we knew the leftovers. Okay, I'm going to head upstairs for a minute, I think. It's true. I need some Sudoku. Just some simple Sudoku. Or some more Balatro. Balatro? Baltro? Whoa. Is that true? There's a secret 8-9 pair situation? That is true, isn't it? So we know... Let me think about that for a second. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really finding that my brain is not super functional today. So we'll just try to move forward. Everyone's going to have to be patient. So... Right? Because if this is a 9, this is a 9. Or if this is a 9... Is that forced in both directions or only in one direction? Hey, Skojo, how's it going? Skojo and Blobz are in a deep competition. It's probably going to get pretty tense in the chat. Because they're fierce competitors for who's going to hit, what is it, 100,000 solves? Okay, I apologize. You gotta get the brain in order. I'm just gonna look in some other places for the puzzle. I believe you on that. I just... My brain's not ready to see it, is what I'm gonna say. And I'm wondering if there's just some lower hanging... This is medium rare. This looks like a earthworm. Earthworm burger? I just want to look at the rest of the puzzle because I'm realizing I haven't really looked at it yet. This is going to have a leftover here that is from one of the other sets. Is that right? Because there's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So, but we've pulled... So in Entropic Land, we're already going to have the other 2 low digits in here, right? Is that forced? Because there's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So we need the other 2 low. So this is not low. Oh, my colors are still insane from that other puzzle. Oops. Oh well. Boy, that's basically not visible. We're just gonna go with it. There's no this is an earthworm burger. It actually, Blobz, I don't want to. This looks maybe a little bit more like a hot dog. This looks like that weird. When I was a kid, there used to be this gross hot dog bubble gum. And this could be the mustard. This is a very questionable burger, I have to say. So this is medium or high because we know we will have spent our other 2 low digits. We're gonna have some problems with all of these digits in terms of middly digits. But just thinking about that in relation to the entropic line, these are never going to be middly. They're obviously not 5s, but they can't be 4s or 6s either. I think that's true. That these are oh my gosh, these are all going to be medium and low. So it's going to be like high, medium and high, or the other way around. I was just thinking about that in terms of this line. Because we still have... There's definitely one of each type in this string. So we could only have one medium digit here. And the 2 other... Is this right? Yeah. So up here, 2 of these are middly, I guess is the thing we could say. Is that a gummy burger? I had like a gummy... This gross stuff. This is what's in my mind. Although now that I see it, this is red. I didn't remember it being red. Maybe I was conflating it with some sort of... This is gross. Whoa, look at that guy. What about this guy? How about a tattoo of this? Dabbing, you came and went so quickly. Okay, maybe that wasn't the most fruitful thing in the world to think about at the moment. I mean, we know that there's 2 middly digits arranged in here somewhere. Up here in these cages, 4 digits summing to 27. So the highest 4 digits will sum to 30. So how much leeway do we have with that? So that could be 30, 29, 28, 27, which is not a great deal of leeway. It does mean there's no 1s and 2s in there. But you could have a 3, annoyingly, if it was 7, 8, 9, and 3. The shape is interesting. These 4 digits have a minimum of 10, so there's a lot of leeway on these. So there's no 1s in here. Or 2s in here. Which I guess... Oh, right! Gosh, volt rules. I keep forgetting that volt rules are a thing. Maybe that doesn't matter yet, but I should remember that they exist, probably. Well, that's good. Yeah, I think that maybe end up sort of interesting up here. Does that mean we... So I don't think that means we need a 9 then, though, unfortunately. To get a 27. Because you could have... If you don't have a 9, the most you can have is 26. Right? Because we'd have 15, 26 is the most we could have. So there is a 9 in here. So in this land, that means there's no 9s. Well, the 9's probably just in there, right? So it's either just in there or it's up here. Okay, that was not a useful deduction. We know there's not 1s. There's definitely no 1s in here. So up here, 1s are like that, which is also cool. 2s are... Okay. Oh, great. Oh yeah, thank you. I normally turn that off. Because for that very problem of covering up the corners. So 9s. So the maximum... This has a relatively low maximum digit. Because even if we minimize this to 1, 2, 3... okay, right. Yeah, I think that Mook was trying to get at this earlier, and I just wasn't thinking about it properly at the time. So if we... Well, there's 2 ways to come at it. Okay, let's go from the low side first. If we don't have a 1, then the lowest sum is 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 14. So we definitely need a 1. If we don't have a 2, then the lowest sum is 13. So we definitely have a 2. And then on the coming from the other direction, we can't have... we could have a 6 only if this is 1, 2, 3. There's definitely a 6 down here. And then this land... So 1 is in the lower part of the world. Okay, I'll call you Isaiah. But here's the thing I'm going to tell you. I'm going to forget that. I will remember you. I'll remember you forever. I will definitely forget the mapping between your screen name and your real life name. I say this as a person who just eventually started using his real life name as a screen name, and then there's no need for a mapping. There's no lookup associated with that. Elm Damasi, how's it going? Thinking about 5s over here, middliness. Okay, I really feel like I just am missing the real break-in here. Isaiah mentioned some shenanigans with 8s and 9s that I was not immediately seeing. Or it's what I mean. I understand the premise of it. I was just not wrapping my head around it, unfortunately. So. But it would be specifically about the 9s, right? It feels like we should know more about this, actually. Oh, well, okay, sorry. We already said this is an extreme rim ban, right? Nale? Egg fried cheese, how's it going? One thing, okay, sorry. We already said this is an extreme run ban, right? So in this land, we said that 789 couldn't be on the rim ban. It still lets them escape a little bit. So it means 7. Wait, is that? I'm sorry. 7 is definitely on it. 8, 9 is not on it. Of course, 7 is on it. So that does push 8, 9 down here. Helio, how's it going? Oh, I'm sorry for stealing your name, Skojo. I didn't mean to do it. Okay, disclaimer for everyone. You may find this hard to believe. My brain is even less functional today than usual, so everyone will have to be so patient with me. Apologize. This is not true either. This 8, good grief. This 8, we've said 8. It's totally fine for 8 to be in here, so we didn't really do anything but place 9 there. Blackjack, I missed you. Show. Oh my gosh. Hello, everybody. Oh, and you okay? Null or Nale. It says to go back to that the 27 cage, which is worth thinking about because that is true. 5 is fully ruled out of this, which is important. So because we said when we were doing the options there, I included 9 in my, or sorry, included 5 in my considerations, but that's not actually correct because because there's a 5 here obviously, and it does see the totality of this cage. So that would mean that if we tried to not have an 8, our max would be 9, 7, 6, 4. 6, 4 is 10, 9, 7 is 16, so we'd be a digit short. So we do need an 8 in here, which is exciting. Isaiah, okay. Isaiah, it's so funny. Yeah, pi. I just realized that. This, for some reason, when it was Mook, I did not, wait, what was the number sequence? Okay, you were 4, 8, 9, and now you're pi. Okay, fair. Oh, I'm very pleased to see everybody. I feel, it's a semi-rough day. It's nice to see everyone. What was the significance of the 489? Is that some mathematical constant that I'm... First of all, around here, everyone knows that pi just equals 3.14 and stops. I don't know what those additional digits are. Pi is basically 3. You're not explaining the 489? Uh-oh. It's inappropriate? Should I know it? Okay, we were talking about this cage up here. So we have the 8 and 9 in here, which is a little bit interesting in terms of 8ness and 9ness and 1ness and 2ness, but we know explicitly 8s and 9s are not... Like, the volts aren't helping us very much here just because there's, like, a lot of built-in exclusions anyway. Like, 1s and 2s are definitely not in here. 8s and 9s are definitely not in here. These buttons are not working for me. Oh, no. 27 divided by 2 is pi. Do you know my favorite? Okay, while we're on mathematical constants, phi is my favorite. And the thing that I love about phi is, and maybe everyone knows this, but I think it is so cool, that the Fibonacci sequence, every 2 digits in the Fibonacci sequence, the ratio between those 2 digits approaches phi over time and slightly alternates above and below it. So you start with 1 to 1, which is not a very good approximation of phi, and then you start with 2 to 1, which is closer, 2 to 3, so on and so forth, and it gets closer to phi over time, which I think is amazing. Phi being the golden ratio, so it's either 1 to 1.618, which is very close to 1610, or it's 0.618 to 1. Wait, non-integer Fibonacci sequences. I never even thought about that. I use it all the time just for ratios and things. Just like that, it's just such a like graphic design trope of like just use the golden ratio, whatever. But it really is. It's very easy to, when you're trying to decide like, oh gosh, what should the aspect ratio of this be? It's very easy to just pick 2 digits in Fibonacci and be like, it's 5 by 8. That's fine. 3 by 5. That's good. Like they lots of standard ratios are. The reason I memorized the Fibonacci sequence at a very early age, not that it's hard not to memorize the Fibonacci sequence, but you know what I mean, because there was a show on when I was a kid called Square One that was like a math and science show, and because I'm a cool person, I was really into the math and science show. And they had you remember Square One? So they had this like recurring, which is the weirdest concept, like segment on it called MathNet that was like two agents that would solve crimes using math. And one of them was about a parrot that was reciting the Fibonacci sequence. Which is such a weird reference because I think that's before the modern Dragnet movie came out. So it was a reference to a 60s TV show that no little kids knew about. It was very weird. Yeah, MathNet. I also remember MathNet. MathNet was not cool, but it made a big impact on my life. I'll say that. Just thinking about fives. Fives in here are okay. Because then we'd need 3 digits that sum to 7. Which would be 1, 2, 4. Wait, that's not right. Hang on, sorry. Not 1, 2. Wait, what am I saying here? Sorry. If I try to put a 5 in here, then I have 7 remaining. Okay, I'm failing at arithmetic again, and it's embarrassing. 5, gosh. 5 is ruled out of this land. I'm just trying to decide if I could put a 5 here, what would I think about it? Yeah, that would be fine, because it'd be 5 and 1, 2, which would be 8, and then you would have 4. I don't know why I was struggling with that so much. Because it would be 1, 2, 4. 4, 5 would be 9. Yes, that's fine. 5 is fine in there. I don't know what I'm doing. Is that true? I don't actually know any. I don't like because I'm usually just using very simple approximations of phi, like two Fibonacci sequences. I don't know a good way, like a complex calculation. So you're saying e to the I. What is that dot? Is that times pi over 3? A clock wouldn't fit in a room because they didn't account for the hypotenuse after bringing it inside down. I mean, that's a real life situation. The clock not fitting the room we've all been there. Okay, I am Blobz. I apologize. I'm doing such a terrible job of this puzzle. We placed the one up here. Volt rules kept things out of there. I feel like the volt rules are really not serving me well today. I also just am tickled to see everybody. So I'm doing a bad job with this. Isaiah's probably livid. Elvin Damasi gets livid if I get distracted from Sudoku too much. It's documented. This feels tight. Okay, sorry, you were saying that there's some pressure in row 4. I do love Penrose tiles. I'm a big fan. I've done a couple projects, tiling related. So let's just take stock of where we are. First of all, we've definitely ruled 9 out of the cages that it could never be in, so that's very good. 1 is also never in a cage that it could never be in, so that's good. Things are looking up. Is that true? You're gonna skip the moments when I get excited about childhood math TV shows? The problem is there's just too many things to look at here. I feel like this is the kind of day where I need a fog puzzle, because then it's just like focused. We're focused. We can't do a little bit of work in here, just in terms of like, maybe that's fine. We're gonna eat 2 low digits or 2 high digits, but I think that works out okay. I think that's not actually a problem. Okay. Focus, everybody. There's a 6 in here, which feels like it should mean something to somebody. To have a 6 in here would be really a big deal, because that would force this, right? Oh, life is yours, your sweetheart. I'm glad to see you. Have a good night. I would love to put a 6 in here. What's it going to take to get a 6 in here? I mean, 5, in thinking about it, the 5 is upstairs or downstairs. If it's downstairs, we know. Like, 5 or 6 being in here. We do know 5 and 6 are not in here, obviously. So, one of them is going to get pushed out. Jates, how's it going? I feel like it's an all-star cast tonight. All the stars are dropping by. I've heard it was actually like 616 or something. I think 666 was maybe a mistranslation. I think there was maybe a 16 in there. Who can say? Maybe 16 has been the number of the beast this entire time. So I just was thinking a little bit. 6 does have the ability to escape. Because if we're going to put... 6 is... It's very hard to put 6 in here. And if we don't put 6 in there, we have to put 6 in here, right? Yeah, that's what I'm kind of wondering. 616 is not... A 666 is fun. It's just fun. It looks good. It's a nice shapely number. Okay, sorry. I was just thinking about 6s a little bit. Like, if we can't have a 6 here, I need to think about the like total sum of the 2 of these. Wait, is that what you do? I love the Spice Girls and I love Saint. That sounds like me in high school, frankly. So I was just thinking about some stuff, and I was thinking about putting a 6 here and what that would mean. That would mean these sum to 13, which no one cares about that at all. But it would mean that there wasn't a 6 in here, but that's okay. There's other fish in the sea. There's other digits that could go in here. We do definitely need 2 digits that sum to 9 in here, though. That's a reasonable statement to make. So in addition to the 1, 2, it's either 4, 5, or it's 3, 6. That's the other 2 digits in here. I could pencil mark that if I was an insane person. We know there's a 1, 2, and there's no 5s here. So the 5 would always end up at the bottom, which would push a 5 up here. Which means the 19 cage couldn't have a 5, but I don't know if I care about that. This digit really likes to touch. I mean, gosh, these 3 digits surrounding this digit, their hands are all over it. This is a lot of digits. No, it's not all those. I'm sorry. It's just these. Those are the digits that end up excluded from this cage. So, okay, yes, back on topic. So so we talked about the 5 would end up here and here. If it was a 6, oh, that's really interesting. That is, oh my gosh, it really wants to be that. Right, this pressure is amazing. This, whatever this digit is excluded. Could this 3 not be on there? I think it's okay for it not to be. Right, so the thing, is it null or nale? I don't know the best way to say it. I don't think it's on LMD. I think this is fresh from Blobz. I can drop the, I hope this is okay. I'll drop the link in. Carl, see, you're asking for these name mappings that I'm just going to forget. Carl, how are you? Does 83 have a significance? Is that a year? Everybody in this channel right now has numbers after their names. That's not quite true. Heliopollux has an underscore, which is a little different. So, okay. So the point being, Carl, as Carl points out, that if this is low, we're this can't be low. No, it's only this digit. I'm sorry, only this digit is affected by this. If this is low, if this was low, what would that do to the world? No. This digit puts this. I'm sorry. This digit. This can't be low. If this digit is low, the whole cage is broken. Is that true? If I make this any, I guess it could be a 3. But this can never be a 1 or a 2, because we know 1 and 2 have to be in here, right? I'm sorry. This is silly, but we're going to do it. I know 1 and 2 are in here. This is not 1 or 2, so this could only be a 3. And if that is a 3, this has to be an 8-9 pair, right? Similarly, this has a hard time. Oh, is this the point? Is this the point that I've just been totally overlooking? Oh my gosh, Blobz, you're so good. And then I just missed the point. I was so taken by this shape and did not even think about the contact points with the cages. 8 and 9 is required in here, right? Not 8, 9? Oh no, did I alienate you? What have I done? Elam Damasi. Okay, listen, Skojo, Elam Damasi, you were not in the immediate scroll back, and everyone knows my attention span only lasts like one to 2 mouse wheel scrolls in the channel. Also, Elam Damasi, you have a badge that is 2 heart 2 3, which I'm going to say counts. You have a badge next to your name. Skojo, I don't know what to tell you. Skojo has a diamond and a crown, but I don't know how to make up anything else unless we start converting letters to numbers. Okay, anyway, we were talking about high digit pressure. If we put a 7 here, this has to be a 1-2 pair. We also know this is middle ear high. What do we know about the 19 cage? Nothing cool? Yeah, yes. Not a lot of people know this, but Skojo is actually Scarlett Johansson. That is true. Row 4, column 5. Oh, 9 in here. The top of the rim. Well, we think it's a low rim band, right? Because we've definitely placed 1 on it. Oh, whisper, whisper. Sorry, you're saying... You're saying if this is a 9... You're thinking this is going to be forced as a... One end's going to be forced to be a 4? I don't think I'm quite understanding that. Oh, it'll be... If the tops are high... Oh, right, of course, because there's 4 here. Ah, right. Okay, what they're pointing out is that because we have 4 digits on the whisper that can see each other, yeah, that's great. That is very... Okay, so these digits, if this is 9... then these are the low digits, right? But that means these would not be 9. These 2 digits would not be 9. One of these would have to be a 4 because 4 is not in these places. Maybe I'll pencil mark these actually, just to help my brain a little bit. That's not 3, by the way. That would be forced to be 3. But anyway, if this was 9, there'd be a 4 on the end somewhere, and it couldn't be next to a 9. So that is never 9. If this is... Right, one of these, there's going to be 4s or 6s in this neighborhood, right? So we need extreme digits. We need whisper extreme digits in one of these 2 places, meaning 1s or 9s. So the 3, 6, that situation, these are never 7, right? Because the 7 would need a 1-2 pair. 7 always needs a 1-2 pair on a whisper. So these are not 7s. This is not 3, right? Because 3 would need an 8-9 pair. Is that true? 3 always needs an 8-9 pair. So that's not 3. Sorry, you're saying if we put a 7 here, this is a 1-2 pair. This is a 3-4 pair. Oh, that's clever. So if the so looking at this, if we put a 7 here, this is a 1-2 pair. So that means the 3 is here. If that's high, then those are low. And then that means this is wait, does that work actually? Sorry, if we do 7 here, this is a 1-2 pair. This becomes a 3-4 pair. This becomes the 3. This becomes the 4. That becomes the 9. Oh, it's simpler than that. Sorry, if we put a 7 here, then this is supposed to be high, but that can't be 7. So that it's definitely easier than that. Okay, I feel like we're getting very close. This feels very close. So the 8 here. Going with the 8. One of these digits is definitely a 3. And if blue is high, if this is 7, this is a 1-2 pair. Then this becomes a 3-4 pair. This becomes 8 looking at the 1-2 pair, and this becomes 9 looking at the 4. So we're saying if these are high, 7 has a 1-2 pair. This is 3. This is 4. This is 9. And that seems okay, I think. If these are low, then what? Then these are all high. The 9 is going to have to go next. Sorry, the 6 is going to have to go next to a 1. So one of these, if these are low, 6 is here or here. Michigan Josh, how's it going? Okay, sorry everybody. I'm okay, I don't want to get into where I'm just like filling in things straight from chat. Even though I know my brain is moving very slowly today. I do appreciate the pointing in a direction, but my vision blurs when I feel like things are too explicit. It just makes me look away. It's a deep problem. So sorry, I was just thinking about if these are low, this is definitely the 8-9 pair. This could be a 6-7 pair, right? That's okay. The 6 next to the 1. That would definitely be the... I mean, if they're high, that's only 7, that's only 8. I see. Okay, if they're high, this is never 7 or 8. That's a fair thing to say? If these digits are high, that's definitely 8, that's definitely 7. So that's never 7, 8. If they are low, that's definitely a 3, so that's never 3, right? Feels like we have one too many options here, and I don't think I quite understand why. The 3s. 3 is still okay if that's 8, 9, and that's 7. That means this has to be the 1-2 pair. This has to be the 4, 4, 9, etc., etc., etc. So that still feels okay. The like the low digits have no pressure on this cage. The 7 has a bit of pressure on this cage. No 7 and no 5 in there means 17, 23, but we could still have a 4. Okay, I'm sure this is solved, but now I don't want to look at chat because I want to at least feel like I figured something out. Okay, is this known then? It feels like I guess not. I was gonna say that it almost feels like we have enough information. Like we know 8's not in here, for example, right? Like, because there's always an 8 up here, I think. Like if this is 3, this is definitely 8, 9. This is 3, this is definitely 8, 9. And if it's 8, it just is 8. So we know 8 is not in there. That doesn't seem to be very useful at this moment right now. Okay, I'm sorry, Chad. I'm ignoring you slightly while I try to think about this, just so I feel like I've done something with my life. Although maybe I should just go with what you say, because I'm crumbling to pieces over here. So the high situation is 7, 8, 9, which is the reason that 6 is afraid of 7. And then this is definitely a 1-2 pair. Oh, okay. Well, that is a thing we know, right? Like if these are high, this is definitely 1, 2, 3. So if this is low, it just is 3. I think. Right? 7 needs a 1-2 pair. I'm sure this is solved, and I'm just, you know, doing the thing that I do. If it's chat, I'll look at you in just a minute, I swear. The 8-9 here means a 6-7 here means a 1-2 pair here, which is what we'd expect, and then a 3 up here, which is okay for the 8-9 situation. Oh my gosh, I'm sure this is just done. This is 3. This is definitely an 8-9 pair. It's definitely a 1-2 pair. This is definitely a 6-7 pair. This is 8. This becomes 3-9-4. And this becomes 1 or 2 and 7 and 1 or 2. So we kind of know it's a little annoying because it's like we're tilted 1 degree in one direction, meaning like these are mostly known. If this was oh, we don't quite know the nature of this yet. Never mind. Sorry. If this was 7, 8, 9, this is 1 or 2, and this is 4. Oh, there's a 1 right there, by the way. How about that? So if this is 7, 8, 9, this is 2, 1, 3, 4. But if these are low digits, then this is a 6-7 pair. Because the 8-9 would be here. So one of these gets pushed. Oh my gosh, I know this is solved. I know it is. Okay, I see exclamation points in the chat, so that at least makes me feel good. Helio hasn't broken out the tactic that makes me embarrassed. The tactic that is effective and makes me embarrassed because it's effective, which is just omit spaces, because I just can't read it. I can't read words that don't have spaces. 3 and 8 are off this line. 8 is not here. Toddlers, dogs, and streamers. It makes a lot of sense. Okay, I see tomatoes flying in this region. It's 3, 8, 9. Still feels like there's sort of 1 degree of freedom too much, but maybe that's not true. I guess we have a still slight bit of flexibility because of the 1-2 situation. We know 8 is in here. We know 3 is in here. We know that there's 2 middly digits in this region. We know there's 1 middly digit down here. And we know that the other part of the missing trifecta, the missing low or high, depending on what which way this flips. So, what do we know about that? The 3-8 situation. I mean, I feel like I thought through all of these. Maybe I didn't. Oh. 1 and 2 are pushed off this land for sure. So 1 and 2. One can sneak over here, unfortunately. 2, though, I guess we can't quite do it. Someone we could push. I thought aren't there 100 Groot series already on Logic Masters? Or I mean, maybe there's more that aren't listed. Okay, I was just thinking about 2s, and it'd be interesting to. We know there's a low digit down here, and I was just trying to think of what it was. If it was 2, but I think it can be 1, unfortunately. This is always 1 or 2. If it's low, I should say. And then the remaining digits, actually, that's worth thinking about, right? Like the remaining digits that are, if this is a 3, this is, oh. It doesn't quite. Okay, sorry. I thought 1 and 2 is in here with either 3 or 6, or with 4 or 5. The 4-5 one is kind of hard just in terms of middly pressure, because we know there's 2 more middly digits up here. Like if we knew both of these were middly, that would put a lot of pressure on the cage. Oh, Blobz, maybe we're saying the same. Okay, maybe I'm starting to get there. Okay. The other digits other than 1, 2, or maybe I'm off track, but this is what I'm seeing at the moment. There's either just thinking about the 4 or 5 here makes these really very restricted, right? Because three could work there. If this was a 3, then I've got to deal with the 4-5 here, and I know that only 1 low digit goes here. I'm sorry, 1 middly digit goes here, so I could get rid of 1 of them, but that still feels okay, right? Because if this is 3, this is 4 or 5. If this is 3, this is 4 or 5. And then I need to place the 4 or 5 down here. I guess the 5 specifically is a little annoying, but the point is I can have 1 middly digit on here. That's fine. I could never do 4 or 5, I guess, like this in that scenario. 6 would have to be up here, I guess. Okay. I feel like this is very slowly happening. I'm trying to see the relationship between these 3 people, but specifically actually between these 2. I may be off track, but the 2 is definitely not in here. Sorry, here or here. That's true. And actually, if these are high, if this is 3, 8, 9, then I have to place 1, and 2, if this is 3, 8, 9, I have to place 1 and 2, and I have to place the other 2 digits that are remaining from here all down here. Which doesn't include a high digit. Maybe that's wrong. Sorry. We're slowly getting there. Slowly getting there. If these are high and this is low. So I'm saying this is 3, 8, 9, right? 3, 8, 9. In that situation, 1 and 2 must go down here somewhere. And then the other 2 digits that are in here, 3, 4, 5, 6, not 3, actually. At least the 6, though. Maybe that... No, sorry, we said this is 3. So there's definitely not a 3 in here. So in that case, this is 4, 5. And they couldn't go... Right, if this is 3, this is 1, 2, 4, 5. And this is 8, 9. So 1, 2, 4, 5 would have to all go down here, and that breaks the mustard, the cheese. That breaks the cheese. Did we get it? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So this is 8. Is that right? I hope this is correct. And these are low digits? Oh boy. Is that good? Are we happy here? Okay, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it's really elegant, and it's very I'm just having trouble articulating things today. The pressure, the interaction between these two is so not obvious until you really think about it in that way. And I'm sure there's a simpler way to articulate what I just struggled to express, but it's basically like once 3 is here, it rules out not just 3 here, but also 6. And so this becomes known as 1, 2, 4, 5, and none of those can go in these digits. They all get pressed down here, but we know, everyone knows that cheese is entropic. And you need a high digit on the cheese in that case, and that would prevent us from having high cheese. So, oh wait, I forgot that my coloring is weird. I use weird coloring for entropic, which makes no sense without the middle digits. This is actually my insane coloring for this situation, which I know looks ridiculous, but it means that these are the low digits, these are the high digits. So that is 8. That rules 8 out of here. So fortunately, this stuff is kind of known then, right? Because that is 7, that's 9. We worked out a lot of this. And then for lowness, that places the 1. What did I say? Oh, two of the 4 digits. What did I say? Did I say something ridiculous? Probably. It's cool. It is really nice. And I think we had to do this work to kind of get there. We definitely had to go through all the motions there. Okay, so what are we doing, actually? Are we placing 1? I realize there's other things we need to do. That's not 8, so that's not 2. That is not 7, so that's not 8. We've ruled 1 out of here fully, so this is 1. Ruling 1 out of here, that puts 1 here. One over here. Oh, you're correcting your typo? Okay, I thought you were correcting my verbal typo. Helio, it's called Colby Jack. Colby Jack is the most entropic of cheeses, I believe. Because as you go through, I mean, actually, it's sort of just... Never mind, my joke is ruined, because there's only 2 colors here. It's ruined. My joke is ruined. I need a cheese with at least 3 colors. There's not enough variation here. Okay, so that is lovely. It tells us that the low digit down here is the 2. This is going to be weird coloring, but in this world, this is middly. Oh, is that the right? Is pepper jack the most entropic of cheeses? I don't eat cheese, so I'm not an expert. Okay. I'll take that. Looks like there's more options in here. This doesn't look like cheese. This looks like the weird Christmas nougat my grandma had as a kid. Like these, this stuff. Maybe like this. That is true. I can't believe Jates is still here. Jates, you've stuck with this. Jates is always there for me. There is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Don't we have to have a 1 on this line? Because we don't have a 3, and we need 2 full loops through the world. Is that true? Because we need low, medium, high twice, and we can't have the 3. So doesn't that mean the 1 is on here? Yeah, we already worked that out. So the 1 is not in here, and the 1 is not there. But that's not quite what I wanted to see, I guess. I mean, you're caught up on the cheese discussion, I think. Okay. Did we actually learn the nature of this? I don't think we did. Maybe with okay. Is there still some more to be gleaned? Do we have more gleaning to do? Oh, right. There's touchy-feeliness going on. We don't have 5 or 7. And we do have 8, 9. So that is a great point. So in this cage, the 7 is touching it, and by non-volt rules, because this is not quite a volt puzzle, and the fact that the 5 sees it all, we know there's an 8, 9 in there. So without 5, 7, it's 8, 9 is 17. The next 2 digits are 6, 4. And that's all we can do is 6, 4 to get to what we need, the 27 total. And that's going to touch this other cage and rule out 6, 3. So that gives us this cage. That's going to rule 3, 6 out of there. That is going to restrict the placement of 4s and 5s to down here. Uh-oh, did I make a mistake? What did I do wrong? Did I do something ridiculous? Wait, what did I do? Did I do that wrong? We said we know 8, 9 is in here. And I have 10 left. Oh, the 27 cage was correct. What did I do? Did I rule the wrong thing out? I'm sorry. Wait, we ruled out 4 and 6? Doesn't that break this? I thought we knew this. How does this work without... Oh, this isn't touching this. I'm sorry. This... I don't know why. Okay, that's not true at all. The thing that I just said is not true. The entire contents of this cage do not touch the entire contents of this cage. It's only at their contact points. So these are not 4 or 6, right? Only these 2. This one is still okay. That's not 4 or 6. Okay. Sorry about that. Everything I said was a lie. Yeah, this is not touched by that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, obviously. But this seems right, I think. Is this right? Right, the leftover. This one is only this one is the odd digit out, right? Which in this case is 4 or 6 because we determined that we've got to make 9 somehow. One of these is definitely a 2. The other one is the other half of the digit needed to make 9. So that explicitly is 4 or 6, not 4 or 6. Okay, did I do this one correctly? Are we good? Okay. Hopefully that's right. Throw tomatoes if I've made another grievous mistake. Seems like there's... Not quite. We've really been avoiding thinking about this gauge, which who can... The other middly digit, well, the 4, in fact, is a little bit interesting because of this. Can be only one middly digit here. We talked about the 1, but the 1 was not quite helpful enough. We did some ruling out down here, but it didn't seem to quite advance the discussion. This definitely can't be 4, 6, so this can't be 8, 9. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. This digit sees all the low digits and 5. Oh, and 7. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. This sees all the low digits and... This sees 1, 2, 3, 4, can be 5, can't be 6. No, it can't be 5. There's a 5 down there. Can this only be 7 or 8? It sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is a high digit. This one is middly or high. Just trying to see if that could help us put some pressure down. This can't be low. Definitely a 2 in there. We know where this rim band exists in the world. But maybe that doesn't help us very much now. Like 3 is a little there's a 3 on this rim band and it's not in here. For example. What's going on in row 4? Blobz is giving nudges, which is rare. Blobz normally has infinite patience, but not today. I do appreciate it. Okay, row 4, 4, and 6. Those probably have some options, right? Oh, they're not high. They're explicitly not high. Or low. Oh my gosh. Did you know that? Did you know that 7, 8, and 9 are high? It's so funny that I pencil mark stuff like this and then just go off into the world and not pay attention to the fact that we have 7, 8, and 9, and 1, 2, and 3. So these are both low digits. That means there's another low digit. Sorry, these are both middly digits. And there's another middly digit down here. And there's another low digit down here. So this is high. These are a bit challenging in terms of their interaction with the box. It's definitely not a 4-6 pair. So one of these has to be a 5 and it can't be there. So that's a 5. So we do rule 5 out of here. And if we rule 5 out of here, We also rule 4 out of here. So that becomes the 6. That becomes a 2-3 pair. We rule 6. 6 is out of here, but we need it in the cage, so it's here, but it's okay because it doesn't touch this. Thank you, Blobz, for the kick in the pants that I needed. We can't have a 6 here because it's touching there, so that is the 4. So we do end up with the 6 down here, which is not here. 6 is removed from here, which removes 4 from here. And 6 is removed here, which removes 9 from here. Jates knows one? I'm ready. That is true. Look, Jates is doing Sudoku. By Sudoku. Where does 5 go in this box? It's the only place. Well done. Very well done. Which is going to push a 5 over here, which puts a 5 in the 19 cage. We know there's not a 1 in the 19 cage. There's definitely a 5 in the 19 cage. So then we need 3 digits that are going to sum to 14. Can't include 9. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm going to think about literally anything else than what goes on in that cage. This is just 7 or 9. Yeah, it's sad. I mean, Jates, you want to join the cult where Scarlett Johansson is a Sudoku expert, right? Skojo is almost... I don't want to... I would never say... Why would I ever say anything mean about Skojo? Just what comes to mind is Scarjo and Skomo, which Scarjo, flattering in many ways, Skojo, very unflattering. But we don't have Grimbone here to be like Australian commentary. I don't know if we have any other Australian people here. I don't know very much about Australian politics other than to be anti-ScoMo. What do we know about anything? We're going to have to be a bit careful about this digit, right? In terms of 19 land. We probably have to think about this, but I just refuse to. Twos. I'd love to cram one more digit in the corner. Wait, is that true? Is that true? Wait, Jates, did I not know this? I know you love the idea of me not knowing something about you. I know that it's nothing would enchant you more than you having some secret that I wouldn't know after however many years we've known each other. So I don't know what's going on here. This is 2, 6, and then either 7 or 9. Right? This is not middly, which is a little bit interesting. So this is lower high. That means that this is lower high. And that means that this is lower high. Is that true? Should I know? It's maybe a thing you told me 12 years ago that I just don't remember. Which, sorry about that. Is that meaningful? I hope I did that right. If these... Well, that would be... No, wait, right. These aren't all low because then this would be broken. So these are high. It's not middly, for sure. And if we try to do that and make it all low, the 3's broken. So these are all high. So that's not 2. So these are all high. So this is middly. It's a secret under your Fitbit. I think I must have known this at some point. I've lost the ability to remember things. This is not a 9. Oops. That explicitly is a 9. This is not a 9. It's like we know a lot about this column. This is 2, 3, or 4. Which I'm tempted to mark the entropy on for no reason. So one of these is low, and one of these is middly. This is definitely middly, and it's not a 5, so that is 4 or 6. Okay, that's fair. I don't have any tattoos on my body. I do have one tattoo on someone else's body, but it doesn't really count. This is 1, 2, 3, or 6, I think. The 3 is not over here, and that's not the 6. And 2 is not there, and that's not the 1. So that does place... What does it do? It puts a 3 over here and a 2 over here. RDJ 425 Gaga. Is that Robert Downey Jr.? Were you talking to Robert Downey Jr. about Lady Gaga? A weird conversation. The 6 isn't placed here. 4 is definitely down here, though. Oh, okay. Well, there's definitely a middly digit here. One of these is middly, and whichever middly digit it is a 6. So this is 4. That is not 4, and that means this is not 7. What were you talking to Robert Downey Jr. about? Literally Lady Gaga? Wait, was Lady Gaga around when AOL Instant Messenger was a thing? I would believe it. We don't know, do we? It's just as... So, yeah, not with Perry yet. Did I break this puzzle? Wait, we already have 3. There's no high digits in here. Sorry. This is low and medium, definitely. Oh no, did she come out and ruin your tattoo? That's 7, 8, and 9. And we have a 2, 6. So we're missing 1 and 5. We still don't quite know the nature of this. Probably no stuff up here that I'm not paying attention to, though. I'm just trying so... I know it's so resistant to this cage. This is a fairly restricted digit. It's not 1, 2, 3, 5, or 6. It's also not 4. Oops. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is high, which is going to push this up quite a bit. And 5 is already in here. So if this is 9, we need 3 digits that sum to 9 over here, which is fairly limited. Okay, Jace is gone. Jace is gone forever. I have like the age I am. Robert Downey Jr. has like 3 totally separate careers, maybe 2.5. Okay, so this is high-ish, right? I said 3. That's not true. If this is 9, this is 3 digits that sum to 10, not 9. Oh, Blobz, thank you for hanging out. I've really enjoyed this puzzle. Jace just sent a picture of her tattoo. I'm going to keep that private. Okay, this is high, and there's a 5 in here. So this is... That would be at least 12, and then we would need 2 more digits to sum to 7. So there's still some leeway. I'm sure we can do better than that, but I'm going to look at other places. 2, 3, 4. We don't know where the 5 is yet somehow. Seems like a thing we should know. I mean, what's remaining here is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This can't be 6, 7, and this can't be 9, but there's still more leeway than I... Oh, no, there's a 7-8 pair here. Got it. Okay, 7-8 pair means there's no 7-8 there. So this is just 5 or 6, which is cool. That means there's a high digit over here to go with those. And a middling digit. And the other half of this 8-9 pair is in here. But at a glance, it seems like it could be either or. It feels like there should be. One could go at either end annoyingly. 2's definitely over here. 3's definitely over here. Oh god, you're telling me I have to think about the 19 cage? I've been trying so hard not to. Oh wait, this... Okay, sorry. 9 is ruled out of here already, isn't it? Oops. Okay, I'll think about the 19 cage. 6 is ruled out of it. 9 is ruled out of it. 5 is in it. 1 is ruled out of it, obviously. So, this digit... I just was thinking about the possibilities of this digit. This digit cannot be 1, 2, 3, or 6, or 9. This digit can't be 1. It can't be 2, 3 because of cage rules. It can't be 6. It can't be 9. Seems like it could be 4, 5, 7, or 8. I mean, there's probably a reason. I see that there's like 4s and 8s got something going on over here. Oh yeah, these are like almost volts. So they're volts, but they it's like halfway between killer and volt. They're killer volts, volt killers. So that is relatively limited. The others are less limited. Can you feel how resistant I am to just doing basic arithmetic? 1 is fully ruled out. 2 or 3 is fully ruled out. So what are the actual options here? Like if, for example, if this was 8, this would be 7. So if we try to put 8 here, this is a 7 and this is 15. And then we need 2 digits to sum to 4, but we don't have a 1. So this is not an 8. If this is 7, this is an 8, and we have the same problem, right? 7 plus 8 is 15. We need 2 digits to sum to 4, but we don't have a 1. So that's not 7. So this is 4 or 5. And this is 7 or 8. And then what? Then what? Don't have a 6. Don't have a 9. Okay, so if this was 4, 8. Now let's make it higher. If this was 4... If this was 8 and 5, that would be 13. We need 2 digits to sum to 6. And without having 1, that could only be... This is 8, 5, 5. No, that's wrong. I'm sorry. No, gosh, if this is 8, 5, that is 13. We need 2 digits to sum to 6. That is not 1, 5. So it had to be 2, 4. And the 4 would have to be here, and the 2 would have to be here. So this would be, in that scenario, it's 8, 5, 4, 2. And then on the low end of things, if this was 4 or 7, that would be 11, 2 digits summing to 8, without 4, 7, or 6. 2 digits summing to 8 without 4, 7, or 6 would be 5, 3 only. I'm sure there's an easier way to see this, and I'm just being ridiculous. Oh, it's easier than that. Oh my gosh, it's much easier than that. 5's in here. 5 is in here, so this is 4. So there's no 4 here. So this is 4. It does place a 4 up here, here or here, and it can't be here because it'd be in the cage. So that's 4. That places 5 here, I think. So now we already have 9. So then we need 2 digits to sum to 10. So that is either 3 or 2. And we can't. It's either 3 or 2. I'm sure there was an easier way to get there. Scotar, are you making amazing deductions? I do stuff like that all the time. Like, oh, if there's an 8 here, it will, yeah, I do that sort of thing, trying to use bolt logic when just simple Sudoku will do just fine. Okay. I'm sure there was an easier way to see. I mean, this was not too hard if I just paid attention to Sudoku, because that forced all of this. What's missing in the world? 2, 3, and what? 7? Oh, those are not the right. That's not what I meant to select at all. 2, 3, and 7, right? And that's not the 3. We have a 2, 3 pair here. Seven, 8, 9, and what? 1. The 1. 7, 8, 9, 1, and a 1 is definitely in here. Like this. I'm sure this is very obvious, and I'm just missing very silly things. That does leave 7, 8, and 9 here. Oh, okay, we got it. There's no 8, 9 in here, right? So this is the 7. That's the 8. That's the 9. Are we happy with that? I hope. That seem okay? No 8s in here. Place all the 4s. I mean, Michigan, Josh, my expertise is finding the worst, most circuitous route. Okay, so feels like we placed a lot of 4s. We placed a 9 down here, or like can place a lot of 4s. Thousands of 4s, in fact. Okay, so that's going to untangle a lot. 2 goes with the 8, goes with the 9, goes with the 6, which leaves a 7, which is good news. That's an 8, and that's a 9. That finishes up this box, hopefully. That finishes up this. Oops. Leaves the 7 and the 3. We did end up, I kind of thought we were going to end up with a 1-2 pair up there. Just had a feeling. 2, 8. Blobz, the middle box of this was so good. I feel like if my brain was functioning, I would have gotten that sooner, but I really liked that interplay of everything going on in there and how it was like, I mean, this sounds silly to say, but there were no optional steps on that. We kind of had to go through the things that I was worried that I was just treading water on some of that stuff, like the reducing of the options on the Rinban, but that felt important. It felt like we had to do that to arrive where we're going. Sorry, the Whisper. The Rinban, useless. I mean, I guess the one we did sort of use. It's funny, is this whole Rinban really just to like tell us where the one was? I don't really remember what else it did for us. Is it just, maybe it's just there to be a weird hot dog hamburger? Maybe it had a bigger purpose. I shouldn't malign. Sometimes it's easy to forget. I mean, I'm sure we've all had this thing where it's like, I didn't even use that rule, but it actually forced the deduction early on that you kind of forgot about. At least that's a fun thing that I do as a hobby. I don't know why I'm struggling so much just to put in a few digits. The 6, and this is. I mean, I definitely know what I don't even like to talk about it. It feels weird to talk about it a lot, but I know that on these days that I get infusions, my brain is just affected, and I don't think often I just lay in bed and do Sudoku puzzles, but there's no sort of pressure or self-consciousness with that. I don't know that I've done a stream on an infusion day, but it's fine. I feel weird about mentioning so much. It's just I don't think I've streamed like this before. That is a 2. That's a 3. Okay, that took way longer than it should have, but Blobz, this was lovely. This interaction, and I was starting to get there so slowly, but the way that these 3 rule sets had just an incredible amount of tension, which is interesting. Like I've never, even aside from this, just thinking about the tension between a German Whisper and Entropic Line was really interesting to see, and then just having this little hat sitting on the top, really forcing things. That's true. So thinking Skojo, thinking about this from like a setter's perspective, like what could you put here that you want to be a visual element that is not going to have a very heavy hand on the rule set? Because you could basically put this line anywhere in the grid, right? I mean, a cruel Rinban is just this, right? Like you could do, that seems like a willpower thing to do, because willpower does lots of drawings with lines, but just doing, you could do all these Rinbans just if you wanted a fun stripy puzzle. That would mean nothing. They would be meaningless. You could not do a volt like this though, right? The puzzle would instantly be ruined. That is sort of interesting, actually. I wonder, you could almost like have an invisible volt puzzle. Like where you had to determine the volts. What is that called? What's the rule set where you have to determine the cages? I forget the name. But you could imagine volts that were had to be deduced just by what was allowed. Okay, last week I missed a dinner date, I think, because I was streaming on Friday night. I don't remember if that was Friday or not, but I would like to do another puzzle, but I don't think I should risk it. So I think I'm going to call it only one puzzle today. Thank you. It was really lovely to see everybody. I feel like it's been a long time since I've had a stream that had so many people stop by. I really, really, really appreciate it. It is a heartwarming thing for me. I'm very grateful for that. And I assume Skojo is going to be doing a setting Saturday tomorrow. I need to just start watching those to force myself to learn how to set Sudoku. I just need to see that. I need to just see it happen, I think, and then just start trying to do it. But anyway, I'm going to hop off. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. Truly, truly appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Wait, I should switch here first. I'll see you next time. Bye.